Erev Tov Rabotai, we are continuing with our Mishna Yomi Masechet Shevuot. We are up to Perek Zayin Mishnah Chet. Today's Mishnayot should be Le'ilui Nishmat, Neria ben Svetlana Aranbayev, Eliyahu ben Burcha Israelov, Chana bat Miriam, Sason ben Raya, and Yoshua ben Shifra, Menuchatam began Eden, Amen. Elavdi ben Chaim lechaim, v'derefua shenemav Daniel Shalom ben Rosa, betoch shah Cholei Yisrael, and Achlama Merav, Binyamin, Or Tzion Chai ben Dvorah. This Mishnah presents a new category of rabbinic oaths that a defendant must make. Generally, a defendant becomes obligated to make a biblical oath only when the claimant says he is certain that he has owed money. The rabbis decreed in certain cases that even when the claimant is unsure about his claim, the defendant must swear. The Mishnah lists these cases. Ve'eru nishba'im shelo beta'ana, and these people must swear even without a definite claim being made against them. Hashutafin, business partners, one of the partners manage the money or assets on behalf of the other partners. Va'arisin, sharecroppers, a sharecropper leases another person's land to farm and pays the owner a percentage of the crop as rent. Ve'ha'apotropin, administrators, an administrator manages other people's financial affairs for them. Va'isha anoset ve'anotenet betoch habayit, a woman who buys and sells for her husband in the house. She runs her husband's store or manages his property. Uben habayit, and a member of the household, meaning an heir who manages the estate of his deceased father on behalf of his brothers until they divide it. When any of these people is called to give an account of his dealings on behalf of the others, he can be required to make an oath. The Mishnah explains the case in which they must make an oath. Amarlo, if the one managing the property said to the owner of the property, Ma'ata to'aneni, what is your claim against me? Ritzoni shetishavali, and the owner replied, I want you to swear to me that while you manage my property, you did not take anything from it. Meaning, he says he is suspicious that the manager may have taken something unlawfully. However, if the owner makes no claim at all, there is no requirement for the manager to swear. But if he did make a claim, chayav, he is obligated to take the oath. Although the owner does not say he knows the manager took something, the rabbis required these people to swear even in response to an uncertain claim because they all have a tendency to take more than they are owed. They justify themselves by saying that whatever they take is only a well-deserved payment for the extra effort they put in for the owner. The Mishnah limits this obligation. Chalku shutafin va'arisin, if the partners or sharecroppers completed their dealings and divided the property with the owners, or the administrators finished their jobs, or the woman acting as her husband's salesperson was divorced, or the heir stopped managing on behalf of his brothers, and the one managing the property was not asked to swear at that time, and yachol hashbi'o, the owner cannot make him swear at a later date without a definite claim. The owner's silence at the time of the division shows that he gave up the right to demand this oath from the person managing the property. Nevertheless, nitgalgela lo shvuah mimakom acher, if an oath came his way from somewhere else, meaning if the partner or sharecropper became obligated to make an oath to the owner as a result of some other dealing, migalgelin alav et hakol, we bring all the owner's claims upon him for an oath, and he must swear even about the uncertain claim the owner makes now concerning the previous partnership or sharecropping arrangement. This is the law of gingun shvuah, literally rolling an oath. Once the sharecropper or partner becomes obligated to swear to the owner about some other matter, we can demand that he swear about this matter as well. Although the owner gave away his right to demand an oath concerning the previous dealing, he gave away only the right to the special oath taught by our Mishnah. He did not give away his right to make a claim about the money. Therefore, when a new right to demand an oath comes his way through the general rule of gingun shvuah, rolling an oath, he may take advantage of it and demand an oath about the earlier dealing as well. The chapter concludes with an unrelated ruling regarding the Shemitah, or the sabbatical year. One law of Shemitah is that all unpaid loans become cancelled and a lender may no longer ask the borrower for repayment. This is in the book of Dvarim, chapter 15, verses 1 to 3, and in Shevuot, chapter 10. The Mishnah teaches how this law affects a person's obligation to swear. Vashvit mishametet et shvuah. Shemitah cancels a borrower's obligation to make an oath regarding a loan, just as it cancels the loan itself. So if a person became obligated before Shemitah to swear an oath regarding a certain loan, the Shemitah cancels his obligation to swear that oath. The Mishnah speaks of a case where the loan itself was not canceled and the obligation for an oath took effect before Shemitah. For example, where the claim for payment was made before Shemitah and it was denied at that time in a way that requires an oath. the oath would be cancelled. And that is the end of Perek Zayin, Mishnah Chet. We continue now with chapter 8. This chapter returns to the laws of the Shevuot HaPikadon, the oath of deposit, which was the subject of chapter 5. We learned there in Mishnah 2 that if a shomer, a person caring for someone else's object, swears falsely about an item given to him to guard and then admits that he lied, he must return the item, add an extra payment of a fifth, and bring an asham offering. This is true not only if he claims that he never received the item or that he already returned it, but also if he claims that it was lost in a way for which he is not responsible. A shomer who claims the item was lost in such a way must swear a biblical oath that this is indeed what happened. The following chapter explains in which cases a shomer who swears that he is not responsible to pay for the loss of the deposit is obligated to bring an asham and pay an extra fifth, and in which cases he is not obligated. So again, we learned in chapter 5, Mishnahs 4 and 5, that a person is not obligated to bring an offering for a false oath of deposit unless his oath saved him from paying a claim. If he swore falsely about what actually happened, but it did not free him from any obligation because he would not have had to pay even if he had told the truth, for example, he is not obligated to bring an asham or pay the extra fifth for lying about the details. Therefore, in the case of a shomer, it is necessary to know what types of losses he is responsible for before we can determine whether he must bring an offering for his false oath. The chapter therefore begins with the list of the different types of shomrim and the level of responsibility each one has. This is Perek Chet, Mishnah Aleph. Arba'a shomrin hen. There are 4 categories of shomrim. These are mentioned in the Torah in the book of Shemot, chapter 22, verses 6 through 14. The Gemara in Baba Metzia, page 94b, explains which verse refers to which type of shomer. Shomer chinam, an unpaid shomer, vashoel, a borrower, noseh sachar, a shomer who is paid, vasocher, and a renter. All shomrim must pay the owner of the item in their care suffers loss or damage as a result of their negligence. The Torah mentions 2 other instances of loss or damage where some shomrim pay and some do not. A loss that was not caused by negligence, but which the shomer could have prevented had he taken extra care. B, a loss from something completely unavoidable, something the shomer could not have prevented. The Mishnah states which kind of losses each type of shomer must pay. It begins with the unpaid shomer. Shomer chinam nishba al hakol. The unpaid shomer swears about all the cases mentioned earlier, and he frees himself from having to pay. Any shomer who claims that the item was lost or damaged in a way for which he is not responsible must swear a biblical oath that the item is no longer in his possession and that what he claims is true if he cannot prove his claim, as the Rambam writes in Ilchot She'ela Upikadon, chapter 4, Halacha 1. If he does not swear, he must pay. Since an unpaid shomer does not pay for any kind of loss unless he was negligent in guarding the deposit, he swears in all cases that he was not negligent in watching it, and he is then free from paying for the loss. He must also swear that the item is not in his possession and that he did not use it without permission. He is responsible only if he was negligent. The law of the borrower, Vashuel Mishlem et Hakol, the borrower pays for all types of losses, even those that resulted from unavoidable events. Since a borrower benefits from having the item, meaning he may use it, and he does not pay for that benefit, his responsibility is greater than that of all the other shomrim, as it says in Bab Metzia, page 94b. He therefore pays for all losses, except for damage that results from using the object for the purpose for which he borrowed it, meta machmad melacha, because the owner of the item clearly allowed him to use it in that way. The law of the paid shomer and the renter, noseh sachar v'asocher, the shomer who is paid and the renter. Now referring to a renter, the Torah makes clear only that he is not treated like a borrower in the book of Shemot, chapter 22, verse 14. Tanaim disagree whether he is regarded as a paid shomer because the right to use the item is like payment, or an unpaid shomer. The Tana of our Mishnah holds that a renter is like a paid shomer. This is from Bab Metzia, page 93a. So the shomer who is paid and the renter, nishbain ala shivua v'ala shivuya v'ala meta, swear about an animal in their care that it was broken, meaning killed by a wild animal, captured by bandits, or that it died a natural death. These are the examples that Torah gives of unavoidable losses. and thereby free themselves from having to pay. But they must pay in case of loss or theft. These are the examples of losses that can be avoided with extra care. And that is in the Botai of today's Mishna Yomi. Baruch Adonai Leolam. Amen v'amen.